And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to announce the arrival of this year's 49th annual Norfolk Harborfest Parade of Sail. Coming into view now is the U.S. Coast Guard Cutter Sailfish and the Norfolk Harbor Patrol. The U.S. Coast Guard Cutter Sailfish, you may ask why Coast Guard ships are called cutters. How about you, Admiral? Do you know that?
Government agencies use the term cutter for vessels employed in patrolling their territorial waters and other enforcement activities. The terminology is derived from the sailing cutters, which had this sort of role from the 18th century to the end of the 19th century, a tad before I was born.
I'm impressed, Admiral. You're right on top of it. The Norfolk Police Harbor Patrol Unit enforces both city and state laws as they pertain to recreational boating in the Chesapeake Bay, Lafayette River, the Elizabeth River, and its tributaries. Additionally, Harbor Patrol officers are often called upon to take corrective action as needed to address safety concerns, environmental concerns, preserve the wetlands, and to address the concerns of residents who live adjacent to the Norfolk waterways. And at the head of the parade, the Harborfest Parade of Sail is one of Hampton Roads' most cherished maritime traditions, featuring vessels from nearly every corner of the sea services and maritime community, from majestic tall ships and vintage tugboats to Chesapeake Bay workboats, sleek modern yachts, and the powerful U.S. Navy vessels. This fleet showcases it all. Nowhere else, certainly not on the East Coast, and perhaps nowhere in the nation, can hundreds of diverse vessels parade together in one public harbor that's fully accessible to the community. It's all part of what makes Norfolk and the Port of Virginia a great international harbor, as we've been for hundreds of years. The Parade of Sail, conducted under the expert direction of the Virginia Pilots Association, will proudly support all 49 Harborfest celebrations and every all-ship visit to Norfolk.
So we're standing right here. Okay. Yeah, so walk close to the direction of the water, right? Yes, it's parked. It's not in the display. I think not like by the hay.
additional fleet of harbor tugs and the regional marine incident response boats, or others known as the popular fire boats, representing the towing companies and the fire departments of Hampton Roads. MIRT is the largest boat forces unit in the Coast Guard and is responsible for conducting the high-risk law enforcement operations at sea and is capable of deploying throughout the United States. The Tactical Delivery Team, which operates the small boats you see out there, is highly trained in boat handling and capable of high-speed and aggressive boat maneuvers. All emergency response vessels assigned to help protect the waterways during Harborfest are reporting to the U.S. Coast Guard Command boat located at Hospital Point. The Port of Virginia Maritime Incident Response Team is support to the Coast Guard by providing command and control assistance during this weekend. The boat law enforcement officers have received specialized training in boating operation, documentation, boarding, entry, safety inspections, seamanship, and boat safety. These officers are also trained in federal, state, and local laws concerning water traffic. Spectacular water sprays are provided today by the region's MIRT support services. As a note, the Rosemary McAllister's fire pumps can and are delivering 12,000 gallons.
You want me to try it?
The MRT fleet, as well as several commercial tugs from the region, provide a turning point for the rest of the Parade of Sail fleet as they pass in review by the Portsmouth side of the river and then make the turn to pass along the Norfolk side before reaching their final docking location. The following agencies, along with the Rosemary McAllister tug, will be assisting this year's Parade of Sail: Virginia Marine Police, Norfolk Fire Department, Portsmouth Fire Department, Portsmouth Police Department, Chesapeake Fire Department, Chesapeake Police Marine, Hampton Police Department, Virginia State Police, Hampton Fire Department, Coast Guard Station Portsmouth, Coast Guard Auxiliary, Newport News Police Department, Prince George County Police Department, Virginia Beach Fire Department, Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources, Suffolk Fire Department, and the Suffolk Police Department. The City of Norfolk greatly appreciates the support from the other Marine patrols around the region.
At the lead of the parade is the Virginia Pilot Association, whose pilots and parade master Hank Mosley, with Virginia Pilot Association Vice President Frank Urbina, are directing the Parade of Sail aboard the Old Dominion. The Old Dominion is just delivered to the pilots this past April. Brand new vessel, 56 feet long, was built by the Gliding Fern Company. And that is where we find our lead of the parade, Hank Mosley, and the Association Vice President Frank Urbina. The mission of the pilots is to serve the world's fleet of ships entering the ports of the Commonwealth of Virginia at all times, in all weathers, providing skilled ship handlers who conduct the duties of piloting in the most safe, efficient, and professional manner. The Pilot Association commands a 6-story control tower 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's located in a prominent position next to the Cape Henry Lighthouse at the entrance to Chesapeake Bay. The tower communicates with and tracks the progress of all commercial vessels entering and exiting the Chesapeake Bay. The pilot tower contains the finest dual ARPA radar system ever developed, advanced VHF marine radios, and a computer system that allows direct links to pilot substations and NOAA weather information. The pilots have been assisting our visiting ships since early this morning, organizing this parade of sail to oversee ships that both left the dock and the marinas make their way up the river. Passing in front of us right this moment is the Coast Guard cover sailfish. Virginia, which is a reproduction of the last all-sail vessel built for the Virginia Pilot Association. The original ship sailed for the pilots off the Virginia Capes from 1917 to 1926. Training apprentice harbor pilots in seamanship and navigation. The new schooner was built and launched in Norfolk down near Harbor Park in 2005. She is owned by the board of the Nauticus and the Nauticus Foundation, and is used to support their sailing program. Welcome, Virginia. Now in our view, the Godspeed. The Godspeed is a recreation of one of the 3 ships that brought America's first permanent English colonists to Virginia back in 1607. The ship's home port is the Jamestown Settlement Living History Museum, where visitors can also board replicas of the Susan Constant and the Discovery. The spar length of the Godspeed is 88 feet. The beam is 17 feet, and the main mast is 71 feet 6 inches. The ship is square rigged with rectangular cut sails set at right angles to the keel line. The British Union flag of 1606, combining the English cross of St. George and the Scottish cross of St. Andrew, flies from the main mast. The cross of St. George is flown on the other two masts. Its design and construction based on research of early 17th century ships and the historically documented tonnage of the original 1607 Godspeed, recreation sailing today was commissioned 10 years ago on May 22nd, 2006, and immediately embarked on a 10-week voyage to 6 East Coast ports to launch an 18-month commemoration of America's 400th anniversary. Since 2007, the Godspeed has undertaken many voyages each year to Virginia ports and frequently appears at Norfolk Harborfest. Godspeed will be docked in the waterside marina and will be open for tours all weekend. Escorting the Godspeed today, the Navy Patuxent Sailing Club and the Town Point Yacht Club. Town Point Yacht Club's efforts to satisfy this philosophy include continued support of the Great Chesapeake Bay Schooner Race and raising funds to support the Elizabeth River Project, the Schooner Virginia, and the Old Dominion Sailing Team. In November of 2012, the Pack River Sail Club took delivery of 4 U.S. Coast Guard 40-foot Luder yawls: Arctic Tern, Blue Goose, Shearwater, and Stormy Padrone. The U.S. Coast Guard took delivery of these units in 1963 and used these vessels for close to 50 years to train Coast Guard students. New United States Coast Guard leadership 44-foot vessels arrived and the yawls were transferred. Prior to their transfer approximately 11 years ago, the yawls were all updated with new sails, new engines, new instruments, radar, AIS, helm-mounted GPS, new standing rigging, new self-tailing winches, and so forth. The yawls are 2-masted sailboats with small mizzen step aft on the rudder post. With 2,560 square feet of sail available in various combinations, the Luder yawls can approach 10 knots in the right conditions. The Pack River Sailing Club, the sailing fleet, will be predominantly cruising vessels retaining their original names of sailing offshore and in the Chesapeake Bay for many years to come. Also in view now is the tuggy team Norfolk Rebel, a sail-assisted workout boat designed for towing and salvage. Built by Hawaii Whaley and designed by Merritt Walter. Her unique design was commissioned to use wind power to help save fuel. This idea was created during the 1920s during the gas shortage. She sometimes works as an escort vessel for tall ships. And she participated in the Absail 2000 festivities. In 1984, she circumnavigated Virginia and was featured at the New Orleans World's Fair. Her first captain, Lane Briggs, was one of the founding fathers of Harborfest. Lane sadly passed away in 2005. Captain Briggs worked tirelessly to promote sail training and promoting the harbor of hospitality, Norfolk, Virginia. Today, his sons Steve and Jesse are carrying on with the tradition.
Coming into view now is the Calmer Knicker. The Calmer Nickel serves as a floating classroom and an inspirational platform for educational outreach and is run by the Calmer Knicker Foundation, offering sea and land-based learning and recreational experiences. Calmer Knicker Foundation is a nonprofit educational organization with a mission of preserving and promoting the cultural and maritime heritage of Delaware and the Delaware Valley for the education and enrichment of all. The foundation is a volunteer-based organization that built, owns, and operates the tall ship of Delaware, Calmer Knicker. The original Calmer Nickel was one of America's pioneering colonial ships, a Mayflower of the Delaware Valley, yet her remarkable story has never been widely told. The original Kalmar-Nyckel served as Governor Peter Minut's flagship for the 1638 expedition that founded the colony of New Sweden, establishing the first permanent European settlement in the Delaware Valley, Fort Christina, in present-day Wilmington, Delaware. She would make a total of 4 round-trip crossings of the Atlantic, more than any other documented ship of the American colonial area. The Origin ship, a new type of gun-armed merchant vessel called the Dutch pinnace, was built by the Dutch in Amsterdam in about the year 1625. She was purchased in 1629 by a Swedish consortium to serve as an auxiliary warship for the Swedish Navy, which she did until her decommissioning in 1651, except for the years 1637 to 1643. When she sailed the Atlantic for the New Sweden Company. An exceptional ship with a long and remarkable career, she was sold to a private merchant after being decommissioned from the Navy. No completely definitive records have been uncovered as of yet, but Kalmar-Nyckel was probably resold to the Dutch Navy as an escort vessel and sunk in the North Sea while fighting for the Dutch in the war against the English in 1652. Kalmar-Nyckel is escorted by the were passed away during the collision of the Potomac up in Baltimore. New York. A special maritime tribute to honor the 2 Mexican Navy sailors who lost their lives May 17th aboard the tall ship Ronald. The tragic accident in New York City will occur off Town Point Park Saturday, June 7th, 10:30 a.m. A traditional mariner's prayer, ringing of the bells, and placing of wreaths at Heart of Earth, where Potomac frequently docked when visiting Norfolk, will be available for public participation. Of approximately 60 feet and a shallow draft ideal for beach landings, this vessel is built to transport heavy cargo, vehicles, and personnel directly to shore without the need for port facilities. Vessels like this have served a critical role in military operations and disaster relief missions around the world, showcasing the versatility and reach of the U.S. Army's maritime capabilities. Escorting the USAV Major General Charles P. Gross, LSV-5, is Hampton Roads Fleet 30 and the Norfolk Sailing Association. Norfolk Sailing Association, where Navy sailing began. The Norfolk Sailing Association is located in the heart of the Norfolk Naval Base. The Norfolk Naval Association provides a forum for the hardiest souls in life. Mariners to meet, exchange sea stories, sample goods from different galleys, and advance each other's sailing skills. So ships are the Nernia, Wild Hare, Double Easy, Double Eagle, Sleazy Ain't Easy, U.S. Army LCU 2023, U.S. Army LCU 2023 is now coming to the right. It's a landing craft utility vessel proudly serving as part of the Army's maritime fleet. Built in 1991, LCU 2023 measures approximately 174 feet in length with a 42-foot beam. It is capable of carrying up to 350 tons of cargo, including vehicles, troops, and heavy equipment. Designed for amphibious operations, these rugged vessels have played a vital role in military logistics and humanitarian missions around the world.
I'd like to mention a couple of outstanding events that will be coming your way during this 49th edition of Harborfest. At 8 p.m. on the main stage, we'd be happy to welcome Lettuce for our entertaining purposes and wonderful time we will have with listening and enjoying Lettuce at 8:30 on the main stage. And then at 9:30 tonight, the Harborfest Choreographed Drone Show. Produced by Image Engineering from Baltimore, the Harborfest Drone Show is the highest quality drone show in the region. Be prepared as the sky is filled with the highest quality imagery, data, and cutting-edge UAV technology synchronized to a nautical musical playlist. The show, as I said, scheduled tonight, 9:30, and will be performed right over the Elizabeth River. And then, of course, tomorrow night, the Harborfest Fireworks Display presented by Wavy TV 10. Produced by Pyro Shows of Tennessee, the Harborfest Fireworks Display is one of the largest waterfront pyrotechnic shows on the East Coast. Be prepared for the unexpected as the sky is filled with an explosive display of lights synchronized to a booming musical score. The show scheduled tomorrow night at 9:30, fired from floating platform in the Elizabeth River. In view now, the Victory Rover, a 95-foot vessel that once served as a crew and supply boat for offshore oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. In 2001, Victory Rover was converted into a sightseeing passenger boat by Rover Marine Company. She has 3 Detroit VI-271 diesel engines, triple screw with 1,350 horsepower, which allows her to cruise at 20 miles per hour. Right behind that, Spirit. Since 1978, the Spirit has delivered a vibrant and unique combination of dining, dancing, entertainment, and breathtaking views. Cruising year-round from the waterside in downtown Norfolk. City Cruise Norfolk offers lunch, brunch, dinner, cocktail, moonlight cruises, and much more.
Right there.
Coming into view now is the A.J. Meerwald. Meerwald is a restored 1928 Delaware Bay oyster schooner and New Jersey's official tall ship. Measuring 85 feet on deck and over 100 feet overall, with a beam of 23 feet, the Meerwald is a striking example of early 20th century shipbuilding. Designated a National Historic Landmark, she represents a vital chapter in America's maritime and environmental history. Today, A.J. Meerwald is being escorted by the Norfolk Yacht and Country Club, Yankee Point Yacht Club, and the Broad Bay Sailing Association. Welcome, Meerwald.
Music is definitely a big part of Harborfest on an annual basis. As I mentioned earlier, tonight at 8 o'clock on the main stage, Lettuce will be performing. And then tomorrow night at 8:15, The Big Payback, which is a James Brown tribute. It's a very, very good, very, very interesting. And then Sunday at 4:30, we'll have Chase Rice. And also additional entertainers and music type folks. We have Arena Rickman, Three Sheets to the Wind, DJ Griffin, Buzz Band, Cody Christian, and many more. So the weekend is jam-packed with musical entertainment in addition to all the other outstanding events going on in this 49th annual Harborfest.
Inside the park. Okay. Everything going good so far? Yeah. Okay, cool.
I was hoping this big one gets by before the battery goes dead.
The very spot that inspired this year's Harborfest. More time to take it. Hey, it's a great location. The ships taking the crowd. I mean, it's the 49th annual Harborfest in downtown Norfolk, and I just happen to be standing at the very location that inspired this year's Harborfest meeting.
Looks like I'm gonna make it.
I'm gonna honestly say thanks a lot, ladies, and to say I'll introduce you to the artist coming up. What an incredible spot. Taking the crowd. I'm Anthony Spelling here at the 49th Harborfest.
So that room kind of stays open.
And what a great location to take in the crowd. I mean, Isabella, we're here at the annual Harborfest, and I happen to be standing in the exact spot that inspired this year's Harborfest painting. Wish I knew what more just be safe. That was kind of funny.
Oh, I did? Oh.
Proud of Isabella here.
Well, some little Army Navy shooting come here. Don't worry about it.
Looks like they did.
Coming into view now is the USS Gonzales. Commissioned in 1996, the USS Gonzales is an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer, proudly homeported in Norfolk, Virginia. Named in honor of Marine Corps Sergeant Alfredo Cantu Gonzales and Medal of Honor recipient for his valor during the Vietnam War, the ship embodies its motto, "Beyond the Call." Stretching 505 feet with a crew of more than 350 sailors, the Gonzales is equipped with advanced Aegis combat systems. She boasts a formidable arsenal, including Tomahawk cruise missiles, a 5-inch naval gun, mainland explosive weapon systems, and torpedoes, making her a versatile force in air, surface, and subsurface warfare. Throughout her distinguished service, the USS Gonzales has participated in key operations worldwide, from launching Tomahawk missiles during Operation Allied Force in 1999 to engaging in anti-piracy missions off the coast of Somalia. Most recently, in May of 2025, she conducted flight operations with an MH-608 Seahawk helicopter and participated in replenishment at-sea exercises in the Atlantic Ocean. Today, as she sails into Harborfest, the USS Gonzales stands as a testament to the dedication and professionalism of her crew and the enduring strength of the United States Navy.
Ah, you brought it.
All the boats from the escort fleet will be docked in Freemason Harbor over the Harborfest weekend. The harbor filled with During Thomas Jefferson's career at NOAA, the ship has responded to dozens of hurricanes by searching for dangers to navigation and expediting the resumption of maritime commerce. The ship's officers and crew also use their technology and their scientific expertise to investigate changes on the seafloor and in the water column after catastrophic events of the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. So we want to extend a sincere thank you to all the U.S. Coast Guard cutters and patrol boats, as well as the Coast Guard Auxiliary, all who are on waterfront this weekend to ensure a safe and enjoyable Harborfest. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 49th annual Norfolk Harborfest Parade of Sail and the kickoff to another great celebration on the Norfolk waterfront. There's a lot to see and a lot to enjoy over the next 3 days. You will find complete schedules and maps throughout the festival site, as well as at the Nauticus and Waterside entrances to the park.
He's also smart enough to get under there.
Entertaining educational time this morning, opening this 49th annual Harborfest annual Parade of Sail.